What's up, you guys, and welcome to the channel. My name is Amanda Marie. Over here I love to talk about all things fragrances. So we're going to do a quick 15-minute review on the new fragrance from Guerlain. This is Millésime Shalimar. This is Shalimar Millésime Tonka. Okay, so if you're interested in watching this review, stay tuned. So just a little bit of background with me and Guerlain. Let me just be totally honest with you guys. I'm not the biggest fan of Guerlain fragrances. Granted, I know, because somebody out there right now is like, but you haven't smelled every Guerlain. I know, baby, I haven't smelled every Guerlain. Guerlain has a lot of fragrances, and maybe it just will take for me to really explore them and kind of just like find one that fits me and my scent profile. But the few that I have smelled that are really popular, that are very trending, they trend, I've purchased them and I've not liked any of them, and eventually like I hold on to it for a little while, because I feel like some fragrances, this has happened to me before. I've purchased certain fragrances, okay, and initially they're like, for me, they're not like a love, you know what I'm saying? And then somewhere down the road, I don't know when this turning point happens, 2 weeks, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, I don't know when it happens, but I will end up falling in love with the fragrance again, okay? And I love it. But for some reason, Guerlain fragrances are hit or miss for me. They just, I don't know what it is. I was that way with Mon Guerlain. Everybody raved about Mon Guerlain. I finally bought Mon Guerlain after like maybe a year of reviewing fragrances. I bought Mon Guerlain. It was the lavender in it that really shook me, okay, that turned me off. You guys know I'm not the biggest fan of lavender, okay? I then purchased Shalimar's Soufflé Intense, and I liked that one. The only issue that I had with that fragrance was the longevity. It didn't last on my skin. It didn't project. I mean, it turned into like a skin scent on me within like 30 minutes of wearing the fragrance, and I was just like, what's the point? You know what I'm saying? Why am I holding on to this fragrance? So eventually I ended up selling it, okay? Speaking of which, you should definitely be following me on Mercari, because when the wind blows, who knows, I might decide to sell some fragrances. I never announce it. I just add them on my Mercari. So link is down in the description. But let's get into the new fragrance from Guerlain. Let me show you what the box looks like. This is the box. Again, this is Shalimar Millésime Tonka. Now, another thing about Guerlain, I don't know if maybe it's the Shalimar line that I don't care for because I don't really like the original Shalimar. It's like a chypre scent to me. It's very heavy. It's very resinous. It's just doing a lot. I am not at that point in my fragrance journey where I'm ready to just, you know, smell like that all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? Like I am, I'm about to have a birthday, so I am a more mature woman, okay? But I ain't that mature. Well, I just, you know, feel like I just want to wear heavy fragrances like that all the time. Now, with all that being said, let's get into the fragrance, okay? This is what the bottle looks like. Your traditional Shalimar bottle, okay? This is also what the bottle looked like for the Soufflé Intense. Their Shalimar line has the same bottle design, okay? Now, let me pull up the notes real quick for y'all. hopefully I said the name right. Let me just say it again for my own peace of mind. Shalimar Millésime Tonka, okay? So in the top, you get bitter almond, you get bergamot. In the middle, you get iris, jasmine sambac, and rose. In the base, you get tonka and vanilla. Let's go ahead and give her a spray. Even though I'm very familiar with what this smells like, okay? Now, in initial smell, initial opening, that first whiff, this fragrance is extremely powdery, okay? It reminds me of a very, very intense baby powder smell, okay? And you guys know iris can come off smelling very powdery, okay? It can also come off smelling a little bit cosmetic-y. I feel like this one doesn't necessarily smell like cosmetic-like. It smells very powdery. It's an extremely powdery fragrance, okay? This fragrance is very dense to me. It's very thick, okay? It's very heavy. It's very heavy. It does have a vintage vibe to it, okay? You know, it smells vintagey. It smells very very old school to me, because I don't want to use the word old or, you know, mature, because I know some people take offense to that, but it does have a very mature feel to this fragrance. Like I don't see like someone my daughter's age who's 27, like I don't see her wearing this. And even if she does wear this and falls in love with it, like she got an old soul, okay? Like she a older woman living in a 27-year-old body, because I would be like, really? I actually put this on my wrist and had her smell it, and she didn't like it. So again, I don't see the younger audience, if you will, going for this fragrance, okay? Now, once it dries down, the powder holds itself throughout this whole fragrance. I'm not even gonna lie. The iris kicks ass in this fragrance. Like, man, it is boom, boom, pow, pow, pow. And through the initial, I mean, it's going hard through the initial spray all the way through to the dry down. Now, once this fragrance starts drying down, I do pick up notes of the almond, okay? And for me, almond can smell like cherries at some point. Like I feel like, you know, as I was wearing it, I was picking up cherries, okay? Like a dark cherry type of smell. And also as it dries down, I pick up the tonka. Even though this is Millésime Tonka, which in my mind I would think the fragrance would be all about the tonka, I feel like this fragrance is all about the iris, just in my opinion. But I do pick up on that tonka. That tonka comes off very much like a roasted, nutty type of smell. This fragrance is nutty. It's, in my opinion, it's nutty from the almonds and from the tonka, okay? The vanilla gives it a creamy feel to the fragrance as well. I would just be honest with you. I would not blind buy this fragrance whatsoever, even though I'm telling y'all not to blind buy it, but I ended up blind buying it because I want to say it took me like 3 times to actually get this fragrance, because it was sold out for a minute. And then when they had it available again to buy on the website, they sent me a notification at like 5 a.m. Of course, when I go to the website, it's sold out. So I did that about 2 times. And I guess the 3rd time was the charm. And I was finally able to order it. I don't think they have it in stores. I could be mistaken. If so, one of you guys can comment down below. But I did purchase mine from the Guerlain website. And again, don't do what I did, okay? This video is to inform the consumer, you, It's to inform you. I would not blind buy this. If I had the chance to smell it in the store, I absolutely would. Would it have swayed me? More than likely, yes. Okay, I would have thought about buying this fragrance twice. Okay, I would have thought about it twice. I would have been like, you know, I would have maybe got me a sample, took it home, wore it, played with it for a while. You know the vibes. You know what I'm saying? I would have did one of those numbers. I don't necessarily know if I would have went back for it. I'm just saying. Now that I have it in my collection, and you know, it's kind of one of those things that, yeah, I could sell it, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think I want to, which is the odd part of all of this. And I'm not giving this a bad review. This is a fragrance that's definitely going to have to grow on me, okay? This is the type of fragrance where I am going to have to be selective in where I wear this fragrance, you know, what I'm doing when I'm wearing this fragrance. I definitely don't feel like I could wear this like to the movies, because it's too much of a beast, okay, and it would annoy everybody in the theater. I don't think that this is a fragrance that I necessarily could wear to work. Maybe if I did one spray, maybe. That's another thing. You don't have to go in, okay, with the sprays. Baby, you will smell like you work in a baby powder factory or something. Like, it doesn't take a lot with this. It really doesn't. I'm thinking about 4 sprays max. You good, okay? You Gucci. Like, you don't need to go in with the sprays. The longevity, hands down, amazing. The projection, a beast. The sillage, beast, okay? Everything is getting A's all across the board. This is just an acquired taste, okay? It's kind of like, you know, when you were younger and you became old enough to drink, and then you started, you wanted to experiment. You was like, okay, I'm gonna give me a glass of wine. You get your glass of wine and you're like, oh my God, this is awful. I'm not saying this is awful. I'm just saying that it's an acquired taste, because, right, most of you probably enjoy a good glass of wine now. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those type of situations. It's not for everybody. It's just for those of you who are familiar with the Shalimar line. You love Shalimar, you know, you will enjoy this one, okay? You will enjoy this one. I am definitely going to hold on to it, because there's something about this fragrance that actually speaks to me, and it actually kind of makes me feel like I'm getting older, you know, like, wow, is that happening? Is it happening now? What's going on? Like, I actually enjoy this fragrance in a way that's just weird to me. Like, is my maturity starting to show? Like, is my age starting to show? Like, somebody tell me. I don't know. Or maybe my taste in fragrances are starting to mature. I don't know. I'm going to say that's what it is. I'm just going to say my taste in fragrances starting to mature, starting to change. So, yes, again, I would not blind buy this fragrance. It's beautiful in its own way. Some of you will really enjoy it. Again, I feel like this fragrance is going to be for a more mature nose. And when I say that, you are very familiar with fragrances. You may not be a collector, but you have enough bottles in your collection to say, and somebody might say, yes, you are a collector. You know, you are familiar with notes. You know what you like. You know your scent profile, because that's how this fragrance is coming. You know, it's definitely for a more confident person, definitely more for a person, not necessarily someone new to fragrance. I don't know if you guys will enjoy it that much, you know, but because I've been in the game for a while, I feel like this is just one of those fragrances that's really just gonna grow on me. And I don't know if it's limited edition or not. If you guys know, comment down below. But I'm gonna hold on to her for a little while. I'm gonna hold on to her. There's something very elegant about this fragrance that I really enjoy. Again, I'm gonna have to be very selective on when I wear this fragrance. And also, this is totally a wintertime fragrance. I mean, cold, okay? Like, you got your big coat on cold, okay? Like, you have on 2 layers of clothing type of cold, you know. I wouldn't even pull this out in the fall. If I pull this out in the fall, I'm only going in with like 1 spray, okay? But overall, I think this is a great fragrance. I really do. I think it just shook me a lot when I first smelled it, and my expectations, I don't know what my expectations were with this fragrance when I decided to buy it. Did I have any expectations? I knew it was a 50-50 chance that I may not like it, because I don't care for Guerlain fragrances that much. If you guys have been following me, you know I don't really talk about Guerlain a lot on my channel, hardly ever. Okay, so I knew it was a 50-50 chance that I may not like this fragrance. It's leaning on the side that I like it. I like it. It is not a love for me at this moment. It's definitely a like. So comment down below if you have this fragrance, okay? Let me know your thoughts on it and how you feel about it. And yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious to see how you guys like the fragrance. Also, if you are a lover of fragrances, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. So please hit that subscribe button, turn on your notification bells. That way you'll be notified every time I upload and you don't miss out on any of my videos. Please hit that thumbs up button on your way out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you're having a beautiful day, and I hope that you're smelling good doing it, okay? Mwah. Bye.